Hello, my sunrays. I hope you are having a good night or day, and we'll just get straight into the fic because I have nothing to say besides good morning. Izuku Shigaraki by fangirl48, Chapter 3. What year is it? Summary. All great time travelers ask this. Let's get into this. Izuku kept running as fast as he could, trying to put as much distance between himself and the hulking blonde as possible, no matter how much his legs seemed to burn because of it. Obviously, whoever the muscular giant was hasn't figured out his identity yet, but if Izuku got caught, it was only a matter of time. As much as he wanted to see his brothers again, a reunite As much as he wanted to see his brother again, a reunion being in the center of a police station was not the backdrop Izuku was hoping for. Though both brothers would thank everyone for finding him, Izuku knew immediately after getting home, Tomura would start fussing over him and giving him a lecture about using his powers in public, and while giving him the "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed" look. Hisashi, however, would be much, much worse. It would no doubt ground Izuku from anything but school, training, and chores. Not to mention make him watch his nephew so that he and Inko could spend some quality time together. Izuku loved Mikumo. Sorry if I said that wrong. With all his heart, but the child was nothing less than a demon when his parents went around. Ha ha ha! Izuku heard the loud, boomerous laugh and looked over his shoulder, watching the sight of a speeding stranger who was quickly gaining on him. Saying a quick curse, Izuku planned to duck into the next alley, only to have his collar of his shirt grabbed and as his feet left the ground. Shit. Now, that's rather impolite language for someone so young, All Might scolded, looking down at the boy and throwing him slightly so that he was now firmly pressed against the hero's torso, arms pinned tightly to his side so he couldn't attack. Fuck you. Fuck you, Izuku hollered back, trying his hardest not to look at the ground. The number one hero felt his smile falter slightly as he looked at the trapped child, where there were strong resemblance of all for one, of that he was certain, but the boy was too young and to be his mortal enemy. Could the man have had a child before passing away? And if so, he did not know about his father's goal and abilities? Feeling a small trickle of blood escape the corner of his mouth, All Might's eyes widened surprisingly slightly, and the hero landed on the closest rooftop he could find, letting go of the youth who quickly scrambled away and started mumbling to himself. Oh, oh God, it's over. Goodbye, my youth. I'm about to be a babysitter to a demon child. Once he made cha finds out. Toshinari was about to ask if he was okay when he coughed and felt a familiar feeling come over him faster than expected. At least Kua-chan is cute. Definitely got that from Ko-san. No way Hee-chan was ever cute. Smoke started to rise of the hero, who desperately tried to hold it back. And you, Izuku turned around, pointing to the hero angrily, before his eyes widened finally, noticing the steam that was coming from the hero's body. Why are you smoking? Unable to hold it back any longer, All Might disappeared in a puff of smoke, transforming and leaving behind Toshinori Yagi behind in its wake. Izuku coughed slightly and waved his hand, clearing the smoke that wafted near him. The pair stared at each other, waiting to see who would make the first move. They could have stayed like that for who knows how long, but thankfully, although Toshinori would deny it, the blonde coughed up a steady stream of blood, prompting the use into action. Oh my god, are you okay? Izuku asked, rushing over to the tall man, sitting down before handing him his handkerchief. Years of dealing with Tomura's suddenly coughing fits kicking in before he turned to the convenience store bag and grabbed a bottle of water he could find. The first bottle of water he could find. Toshinori accepted the water, moving his cloth aside so that he could sip and study the boy more closely. Thanks. Izuku waved a hand before sitting down in front of Toshinori's green eyes, studying him closely. No problem. My older brother is sick a lot, so I have experience with this sort of thing. Your older brother? Toshinori asked. Yeah, he wasn't born with the best of health, so me and our eldest brother are always looking for people with healing abilities to help him. Izuku explained, noticing the man's eyes went slightly wide from the reason. I'm sure you understand, given you have powers too. Toshinori shook his head. Actually, I don't. Have you... Sorry? Izuku spoke slightly, leaning up to rub his hands through the blonde's face and hair, lighting up at the soft it was. It's so fluffy. Now Toshinori was sure that this wasn't all for one. There was no way the ultimate villain mastermind would rub his hands through his enemy's hair, marveling about how soft it was. Ah, kid, Toshinori spoke, returning the boy's attention back to the original conversation and away from his hair. Your brothers? Oh, right. He grinned slightly. He grinned, sitting back down, looking a little embarrassed. Sorry, my eldest brother says I'm always doing random things. But my older brother says that I'm just like Hee-chan when he was younger, which is why our powers are so similar. And your power is? All or nothing. Ra-chan named it since Hee-chan is crap at naming things. Izuku answered, not noticing how Toshinori tensed up and pulled a notebook that had thankfully stayed in his vest out and opened it up to show the man Hozashi's page. Unfortunately for Toshinori, although there was a lot of stuff written on that page, it appeared to be some sort of code. However, the accompanying picture reminded him very much of All for One, even though the drawing was devoid of a head and suit looked exactly the same the day of their last fight. Can I see him and I take powers if someone doesn't want them, which is why they're always we're always looking for someone looking to give their power away, a good healing ability. Toshinori frowned deeper. For your older brother, you have to? Yeah, Izuku nodded, closing the notebook. But sometimes we also meet people who want powers, and he gives them. When one causes Hichan such a Hichan such a hoarder, and will take any power someone is looking to toss away. You can give people powers like your brother? Toshinori asked. No way, only Hichan ability can do that. Though it doesn't have a name yet. Izuku laughed, shaking his head before let, let, letting his hand up a little. I can destroy someone's abilities. I don't really like doing it, though. I don't really like doing it. What about the man in the tunnel? Izuku frowned, remembering the suffocating feeling of the Sledge man tried to take over his body. He hurt people. He tried to hurt me. That doesn't give you the right to destroy his quirk, Toshinori argued. Izuku felt something snap inside him as he stood up. He told me to relax, that it wouldn't take long. Obviously, he'd done it before. Then he deserved to go to jail. Toshinori scowled, standing up also. Izuku sneered unpleasantly. Oh, so you're okay with him killing, but me taking away his powers is bad? He was just a common thief, the blonde said, not understanding why the boy would think having a powers would automatically lead to a death sentence. As far as Toshinori knew, the people's quirk to how discriminative or villains, as some people being claimed them to be, was the motive for a person's death and how they used it right. But he had powers, just like you and me, Izuku roared, the image of the little girl smiling as she held out a flower, briefly flashing in his mind. Didn't you see the footage from Musatafu? People were getting dragged out from their homes and killed. The city looked like a war zone. And don't even get me started on those millennia groups that kept trooping all over the place, popping up all over the place. Toshinori looked at the boy like he was insane. Didn't he realize where he was standing now? But kid, this is Musatafu. What? What? Izuku gasped, lurching forward to look over the rail and see the city not to see the city in chaos, but just a normal everyday town. It didn't make sense. Izuku should have only been asleep for a few days, a couple months at worst. There was no way that repairs to Musatafu could be done that quickly. With the added effort of people with powers and added to the labor activity, activating his own ability, Izuku pushed his radar to the max, trying to find his brother's skin, because fear was only starting to bubble inside him. At the horrible thought popped into his head. None of Hisashi's dots were coming up anymore, meaning he wasn't close, or he had hidden completely, but Tomras was coming in loud and clear from the man next to him. Legs caving under him, Izuku grabbed the railing and looked up at the blonde with terrified eyes. What year is it? The year, why? What year is it? Izuku screamed. Toshinori took a deep breath and calmly answered, 24XX. The number hit Izuku like a ton of bricks as he realized that he had been asleep for more than 200 years. All right, that was the end of chapter 3. The link is in the description, just like the last chapter. I think I forgot to say that last chapter. But comments and kudos if you enjoyed this. The author would always appreciate. And I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time.